Ming Tian.
So good experience. Anyway, there's a process called imprinting that goes on between a newborn and an adult. That adult is typically its parents. And this imprinting process creates a very strong bond between the newborn and the adult. And it serves the newborn very well because this bond allows the newborn to copy the behavior of the adult and therefore allow it to learn these survival skills. And then this usually takes, it can be actually moments. In other words, in birds, all it requires is some kind of eye contact. But for humans, of course, it takes months and years, all right? But it doesn't always happen between the same species. And this is one of the theories behind how dogs were domesticated, that somehow this process occurred. And then also, the Chinese have known about this for a long time. They realized that ducklings, when they come out, they basically start following anything that moves. You can Google this, it's true. and they also realized it didn't have to be a human being. If the Chinese actually would wave a stick in front of the new hatched ducklings, and the ducklings would follow the stick. Why do that? Well, if you want the ducks to go to one side of the field where there were maybe snails coming in, it didn't have to be one person walking them over. They were bonded to. They would just follow the stick. Well, I think something like that kind of happened to me, all right? not that I think I'm a duck or I'm following a stick, but you see, I was born in Taiwan. I'm Chinese, as you can tell, all right? But then I came over to the United States at a young age. And being immersed in all these Caucasians like you, I think over the years, I just forget that I'm Chinese at times. And most of the time it works well for me, all right? But sometimes in life, situations occur that remind me, and this is like the theme of the stories, that I'm Chinese, all right? And sometimes it's like a self-revelation. Nobody or nothing reminds me. All of a sudden dawns on me that I'm Chinese. So I know, this is like, I'm not sure if it's profound or not, but it's not, it's pretty shallow, all right? But to the best of my recollection, the first time that something happened in life for me to realize, oh yeah, it's because I'm Chinese, was when I was like 11 or 12. Again, I moved over here when I was 8, and I remember my dad taking my 3 older sisters and myself, my brother wasn't born yet, for an outing, just to give mom a break, you know how it goes. And we went to some big museum, big house, there was some kind of museum, but it wasn't open all the time, and my dad had to call up to get an appointment for people come and open the place and give us a tour. And I remember these 2 nuns showed up, opened the door and gave us a little guided tour. I don't remember anything about it, right? Except about an hour and a half into it, we were near the end, we were kind of saying or I wasn't talking at all, but remember my dad going through the friendly goodbyes. Then out of the blue, at least to me, one of the nuns asked my dad, so how is your laundry business going? I'm thinking like, oh yeah, maybe that's what Chinese do, all right? But my dad responded, the question was surprising, but the response from my father was just as surprising. He said, it's going very well, all right? And he just laughed. I just love that. This stuff never bothered my dad. In retrospect now, with the crazy sense of humor I have, I wish my dad would have said, oh, you know what we say? We say, no tiki, no laundry. And you can just start calling me washi-washi, all right? This is, of course, in the 60s, all right? Fast forward, this was like 10 years ago, all right? It kind of happened to me. It's happened numerous times, but this one was a bit memorable. I had a dinner party for some of my colleagues, and one of my colleagues came over with his new girlfriend I'd never met before. And I remember she ended up sitting beside me. The first thing she said to me was, do you eat rice every day? I said, oh yeah, that's because I'm Chinese. And like my dad, I said, yes. And I even threw in some Chinese accent for free to her. You know? Yeah. I'm not going to rice the very, very much. We eat the rice every day, okay? So this kind of stuff still happens to me every once in a while. I find it mainly humorous, but there's times where me being Chinese is a realization that I kind of go through myself. Some of these are comical, at least in my mind, but I used to collaborate with an Italian chemist who was in Florence, and I used to go there maybe 2 or 3 weeks a year. And then one time I was there, and it was near the end of my visit. I thought, okay, I don't really want to do this, but I'm actually starving for Chinese food. You're in Italy, and prosciutto and all this other stuff you can eat. So, of course, I ended up finding a Chinese restaurant and walked in. And the hostess and the waitresses are there. And what do they say to me? I have no idea, because they speak Italian. So they say something Italian to me, as they normally would. I look at them, I said, no Italian, English? They look at me and they say, no English. And I'm sitting there and I think, yeah, wait a second, I'm Chinese. They're Chinese. So I spoke Chinese with them, and everything was fine thereafter. All right? So it was like, okay, wait a second, all right? And the other time that I it was an epiphany, not quite an epiphany, but I realized, oh wow, I'm Chinese. I did a sabbatical at NIH, National Institute of Health, and I just remember one morning I ended up chatting with somebody in the hallway. Then soon, 2 other people came by, and we were chatting. Then one more person came by. So there's 5 or 6 of us. Then I kind of had this out-of-body experience. I stood back and I said, wow, look, all these people are Chinese. I'm Chinese. There's a bunch of Chinese people there talking, all right? And I'll bet if somebody came up, they would think there's some kind of a Chinese convention going on. But no, this is just 4 or 5 random people getting together, and we're not talking about how to make kung pao chicken or how to drive slower to piss off white people, right? You don't need an invitation. And it's like, for whatever reason, there was like such a profound realization that, wow, this happens, and we're just people. And in any case, it's just odd sometimes when I realize, yeah, I'm Chinese. So there's other situations in life, okay, where I know I'm Chinese, and the person I'm talking with knows I'm Chinese, but we still don't get it right, because there's different types of Chinese, and we get the types of Chinese wrong. All right. So you probably don't know this, but there's mainland Chinese. Maybe you do, mainland Chinese, and there's the Taiwan Chinese. I'm one of those. There's the Hong Kong Chinese, and we can't understand a word they say. Right? In fact, when I meet a Chinese person, the first thing I ask them is, well, okay, but what kind of Chinese are you? There's also the FOBs, fresh off the boat, all right? There's also the ABCs, the American-born Chinese. I'm more of an ABC than an FOB because I came here when I was 8, all right? So when I worked for the U.S. government for about 3 years, and the U.S. government, believe it or not, actually was pretty good at least celebrating diversity. And so when I was new there, they asked me whether I would but coordinate Asian Pacific Islander Week, which basically meant let's have a big potluck with all the Asian people bringing in food, and then that would be how we celebrate our diversity. So I went around asking all these Asians, and then I came across this older Chinese man, and I never met him before, but I had a little list of who to go talk to. So I ran into him in the hallway, and I said, blah blah blah, I'm organizing this luncheon, and maybe you'd like to participate. And he didn't say yes or no, all right? He said to me, your wife's not Chinese. And I'm standing there, I'm thinking, okay. I thought the conversation would continue there. It was just small talk to say, well, my wife isn't Chinese either. But I'm standing there waiting for the next thing to be said, and he walks away. And I think, oh yeah, I'm not the right kind of Chinese, okay? I'm the kind of Chinese that's very non-Chinese. So that was one particular situation, right? The other one was, this is actually still in Madison, Wisconsin. When we first moved there, you know how you always wait for the cable person to show up when you move to a new city? The wife was somewhere else, I don't know where. But anyway, I was home waiting for the cable guy to show up. He shows up. And of course, you know, you just sit around, but you end up making small talk with the guy. And he talks to me in a very slow, deliberate manner. And I'm thinking, okay, this guy thinks I'm an FOB. But no, he doesn't know I'm an ABC, kind of an ABC. So I didn't want to tell him that, but I just started speaking English with more of a lingo, like, you know, what's up, and I don't remember what I said, but I'm trying to impress him. But I know this language, okay? I know slang, right? It didn't matter because he kept on speaking to me in this very deliberate way, right? I think, what's with this? You know, he doesn't know what kind of Chinese I am. And so we just have small talk, and finally I get around to asking him, so how long have you been doing this cable stuff, all right? His answer was, only 1 month, still in a very deliberate way. I just moved here from Denmark. So this poor guy, he was the FOB, all right? And so I was torturing this guy by speaking in, you know, really fast, all right? And so these odd situations do arise when you kind of forget, oh yeah, I'm Chinese. But you know, that pretty much brings me to the end of my stories about things that reminds me. And so in telling these stories, I don't know about the other speakers, I get kind of hungry. So I start fantasizing about eating a hamburger or a sub sandwich. Then I realize, you know, I love American food. I don't know what it is. About half an hour after I eat it, I get hungry again. Right? So I'm just going to go out and get food. Oh, wait a second, food. That's right. I call it food. You call it Chinese food.